Now a story you will see only on Fox 5 tonight. A Clayton County man describes how he fought off two pit bulls that attacked him and his dog.
It happened in a neighborhood off Highway 138 in Clayton County. Fox 5's Patty Pan has the story.
He had this hand, which is the worst hand, and since he had it, I just stuffed it in his mouth where he couldn't, do any more damage. And at that point, the owner showed up. So at that time, I grabbed his jaw, and by then I had both jaws, and I just tried to rip them apart.
Ralph Johnson says when a neighbor's two pit bulls attacked him and his Doberman Fiesty Sunday night, all he wanted was to survive.
13 stitches in this hand, a broke pinky over here, and a bunch of cuts and stuff, and swelling. I think the swelling was from punching those dogs.
The Clayton County man says he will need casts on both hands for several weeks after this attack. Johnson says he was out walking Feisty in his neighborhood on Morant Drive when a neighbor let out two pit bulls, a mother and son, without their leashes.
I saw one charging, and at that point, when he was coming up on me, I put my Doberman behind me, and the dog kept coming, so I kicked and I started swinging.
What Johnson didn't expect was a second dog. This one had Feisty's leg in its mouth.
One of them had this hand, and I stuck it down her throat trying to choke her or whatever, and by then the owner showed up.
Mr. Johnson says usually in the past he's always heard these two pit bulls obey their owner's commands, but for whatever reason on Sunday night he says they decided to attack. Tonight the two pit bulls are at animal control under quarantine.
I had to protect my animal, and I did.
In Clayton County, Patty Pan, Fox 5 News.
Well, Johnson says he and his neighbors will take steps to make sure the dogs can't come back to the neighborhood. The owner of the pit bulls faces 5 citations, including not having current rabies vaccinations.